Hey everyone, welcome back to another slower practice. Today's class is going to be a little bit longer, but we're going to fill it with lots of different practices. So we're going to start with pranayama practice, then we're going to head into a slower vinyasa asana practice focusing on opening the hips, and then we're going to head into a meditation as well as practice a bit of chanting. Now, I haven't taught chanting online before, so I hope you guys enjoy it. The theme for our class today is on sound and vibration. So one of the main practices of our yoga practice is connecting with what's called the Ishvara Pranidhana, which is the supreme being, the universe, God, whatever you would like to call this. And how we can communicate and listen is with vibration. And in the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, which I would highly recommend reading if you're interested in yoga philosophy, they talk about sound being the sound of the universe. And that's because even before the sound has been made, even after it has been verbally finished, you can hear the vibrations. And the more that we can tune out of our external world and really tune in with our inner vibration and our connection with what's beyond us, the more we can gather that energy and form that higher consciousness. That was a lot, but we're going to get started in pranayama, which will help enforce this. If you have a block nearby or a blanket or a pillow that you'd like to sit up on during this practice, then feel free to bring that underneath if that feels comfortable for you. That will just ease some tension on the hip joints. But if there's another way that you would like to practice this, then please feel free to do so. The technique that we're going to practice today is our bhrmari, which is our bumblebee breath. And so how you can do this, if it feels comfortable, you can close the eyes with your hands. I would just recommend watching. And then you can take your thumbs. If it feels comfortable, you could plug your ears with maybe your earlobes or just the thumb. Otherwise, just having the ears out. We'll breathe in through the nose, and then on the exhale, we'll all hum like And the closing of the ears, you can absolutely hear that resonate within, just bouncing around in your body. Again, you can do this with or without the hands covering. We'll take about 8 breaths. I'll tune you in for the first round, and then you can carry on in your own time. So finding a tall spine. And once you've completed your 8 breaths, feel free to keep your hands over your eyes for a moment longer. Returning to deep and even inhales and exhales. Another benefit of our bhrmari pranayama is that it allows us to come into a sense of pratyahara, which is sense withdrawal. And that reduces our distractions from the outsides. It allows us to tune more inwards. It allows us to soften a little bit more. We'll take about just 3 more breaths in a seated position, and then we'll head down onto our backs. Can you release any tension that may have come up in that practice? Softening the shoulders away from the ears, relaxing the face a little bit more, noticing the color of the back of the eyelids. And then when you're ready, just shifting yourself forward, we're going to head down onto our backs, releasing any props that we might have. And then let's draw the knees towards the chest, take the hands around the shins, a little shift from side to side. Now in our asana practice, one way that we can hear sound and vibration is with our ujjayi pranayama. And you'll hear me talking about this almost every Vinyasa class that we do. And that's the constriction of the back of the throat. It should sound like a wave or a snore, and that just provides a sound for our mind to anchor onto, to be more here in the present moment. If you want to make a little rock from side to side, just massaging out the lower back, please feel free to. And then when you're ready, just releasing the left foot towards the ground behind the hips. Can you cross your right ankle over the left thigh? Press the right knee out. So coming into a figure 4 position. Take the hands by your sides, maybe the palms face up. Can you use your next breath in to draw the left knee towards you? Exhale to flex the foot. So we're not using the hands here. Inhale, we'll touch the left foot down again, and then exhale, pull it back in. So making this movement fluid. Inhaling to touch down, exhaling to pull in. Can you use the muscles of the hip to try press the right knee out? If you wanted a little bit more, you could flex the left foot and extend the left leg out as you draw the knee out, and then pull it back in. If you are taking this variation, keep the lower back towards the ground. Let's take about 2 more breaths here. And then when you're ready, just bring the left foot back down towards the ground. Keep the right knee pressing out. Maybe the hands come by your sides. Breathe in, stay here. As we exhale, can we take the knee and the foot over towards the left? Inhale, come back through center. Exhale to twist. This feels a little bit easier if the left foot is closer towards the glute. Again, we'll try this a couple of times. So finding a bit more of a twist through the spine. You might feel this a little bit more through the outer of the right hip if you focus on pressing the right knee away, especially in that bottom range. Let's try about 2 more breaths here. And then when you're ready, just come back through center and then we'll soften out. So right foot comes to the ground, left leg comes up and over the right thigh. Breathe in here. Can you press the left knee out a little bit? And then as you exhale, draw the knee in without using the help of the hands. Although if you need to, you're more than welcome to. We're just dynamically starting to open through the hip joint, warm up the muscles around the hip as well. I love hip classes. We can store so much tension in our hips just from our lifestyle. They're so dynamic. There's so much movement that we can do with this part of our body, and so it feels really good to just unlock and bring intention in. If you want to extend that right leg out long, flex the toes and then press away, lower back draws towards the ground. Let's try about 2 more times. Can you press that left knee out a little bit further? And then when you're ready, just slide the right foot back down behind the hip. Try to get it as close as you can. Breathe in, press the left knee out. As you exhale, can you draw the right knee and the left foot towards the right? Inhale, come back through center. And then as you exhale, twist again. If you want to make this a little bit more dynamic, you can turn the eye gaze towards the left as you drop the foot over. Let's try this 2 more times. Remembering your Ujjayi Pranayama is there for you to tune into. And then finding your way back through center. Let's bring the soles of the feet together to find a Baddha Konasana. So knees are wide, hips are close towards the glutes, and just soften the eyelids for a moment. Just letting the weight of gravity drop the knees down. This may feel quite intense for the hip joints. At any point you can lift the knees up a little bit, maybe supporting them with your hands, or you can modify or just release this movement altogether. Let's try about 2 more breaths here. Keep the soles of the feet together, but can you slide them a little bit further away from your body? Extend the arms up over your head. We've got a little dynamic, fun movement to try. Let's start to lift the hands, breathe in. And then as you exhale, see if you can roll yourself up. You can use your hands if you need. Keep reaching out in front of you on your exhale. Inhale, come back through center. And then as you exhale, flex through the spine, lower the lower back towards the ground, and reach the arms over on your exhale. Inhale, start to reach the hands again. Exhale, reach over your mat. Try lengthen the lower back. Inhale, come back. Exhale, lower the hands, lower the chest. Last time. Inhale to lift. The feet, when they're further away, is a little bit easier. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, lower yourself down. Okay, we'll roll ourselves up 1 more time. And then just start to fold yourself forward, drawing the chin in towards the chest. And then walk the hands back. Let's cross the feet over, find our way into a tabletop position. So hands are going to come underneath the shoulders, knees are going to come underneath the hips. Let's find a couple of cat and cow. So as we inhale, can you drop the belly, lift the eye gaze? And then as you exhale, press away from the ground. Draw the belly button towards the spine. A couple more times in your own breath. And so one of the reasons why we're warming up through the hips is because we will be seated towards the end of our practice. And when we are seated, it may feel uncomfortable, okay, especially maybe in the spine or in the hips. And so we're trying to warm up those parts of our body so that we are more pain-free when we do come to that seated position. And when we're more pain-free, our mind can more easily focus on the present moment rather than being pulled to feelings of pain within the body. One more breath here. Feel free to rock from side to side. Move in a way that feels good for you. And then when you're ready, just take the right foot outside the right hand, start to drop the hips down, the knee stacks over the ankle joint, and take a little shift from side to side. Maybe drawing one hip down, drawing the other hip down. Opening through the left hip flexor. And then when you're ready, just tuck onto the left toes, breathe in, start to lengthen the left leg and the right leg, peel the right toes off, extended pyramid. So the left foot is likely, the left heel is likely off the ground here. We'll make this a bit more dynamic. So inhale to drop the left knee, maybe you lift the eye gaze here. As you exhale, start to lengthen the legs, pull the right toes back, same with the right hip. One more time, inhale to drop. Exhale, send yourself back. Inhale, let's come back through center. This time, I'm going to slide the left knee in and draw the right foot in front of the left shins, finding our Sukhasana. We're not going to stay here for very long though, because we're going to find a pressing up position. You may need the help of the hands for this one, but it's pretty fun. See if you can rock yourself forward, press your outer edges of both feet to stand yourself up. Breathe in. As you exhale, bend the hips back. Come back down. Nice, well done. Okay, we're going to find our way back into our tabletop position and then find the lunge on the other side. So take the left foot outside the left hand. Try drop the hips down, maybe a little shift from side to side feels good here. Dropping one hip and then dropping the other hip. Finding space. And then when you're ready, tuck onto the right toes, breathe in, lift the legs, and then as you exhale, peel the left toes off, extended Parsvottanasana. Can you soften the left knee and try draw the left hip back a little bit more? Inhale, start to shift forward, drop the right knee, maybe lift the eye gaze. Exhale, shift back, maybe you lift up the left toes. 2 more times, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, drop the right knee down, then slide it forward. Exhale, land yourself on your sit bones, cross the left foot in front. This time we're going to find that Sukhasana press up again. So use your next breath in, press through the outer edges of the feet, lift yourselves up. This requires a bit of mobility as well. And then when you're ready, start to lower yourself down. Nice job, well done. Let's take the feet wide on the mat. Press yourself up to find a Malasana squat. Now, if you've got a block and you want to make this a little bit more restorative or give a bit more support while you're warming up, then feel free to. You can bring that underneath your hips. Otherwise, take your feet wide, turn the toes out, drop the hips down. See if you can press the knees out with the elbows. Hands might come at heart center. And you might even close down your eyes here. Just feeling that connection between the physical body and the heart space. The heart space, when we explore it and we go deeper, we understand that all the love that we have is unconditional. It is abundant, not only for ourselves, but for everyone else, every spirit that is on this world and beyond. And sometimes we have to rewind our conditioning, our layering of ourselves in order for us to dive deep and see. And that's why we're here and we're practicing. One more breath in your Malasana. Bring the hands towards the ground, lift up the hips, start to walk the feet underneath your hip bones and then soften the chest over the thighs. Tuck the chin in, let the weight of the upper body just hang here. Maybe a little shift from side to side. When you're ready, hands come to your shins. Breathe in, lift yourself halfway. Exhale, fold yourself forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, sweep the arms up and over, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, hands come by the sides, Tadasana. We're going to move into our main sequence today. These incorporate a couple more standing postures and a bit more balancing postures as well. Can you inhale, hands to heart center, draw the right knee up, flex the right foot. As you exhale, start to bend the left leg, right foot hooks over the left thigh, hips go back, figure 4, Utkatasana. So we want to try keep our spine neutral here, so we're not curving through the lower back too much. Lift yourself up a bit more if you can, if you find yourself curling. Press the right knee out. Can you use your next breath in to lift yourself up, draw the right knee up. As you exhale, start to open the right knee wide. Can you tip your left side of the body forward as you kick your right heel away into your Ardha Chandrasana, your floating half moon? You can always expand the arms wide here if you would like. Can you try revolve the top hip, top shoulder so it stacks on top of the bottom? Try one more breath here. When you're ready, take a long step back with the right foot. Turn the right toes out towards the back corner of your mat. Start to send the hips down, Skandasana. Left toes turn high. You're drawing the left knee towards the quadricep. Your hands might be on the ground. You might be a little bit more lifted. That's okay. Let's take one more breath here. Your heel might be off the ground. Just work with your body today. Start to lift the hips up, pivot to the back of your mat, left hand plants down, left toes come down. Breathe in as you reach the right hand in front of you. As you exhale, lead with your pinky, reach it towards the back of your mat. One more breath here. Inhale, come back through center, plant the left heel down, keep the right knee bent, right elbow comes towards the thigh, left hand comes up and over. Can you try squeeze the glutes, draw the left hip back slightly, and it's very easy to come from a low position to dump down into the elbow, so can you lift yourself up a little bit more? Let's take one more breath here. Inhale, lengthen both legs, pivot towards the front of your mat, little hop in with the right foot. Exhale, Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. This time the back foot is grounded slightly on a 45. Soften the left knee, try draw the left hip back, right hip forward. One more breath here. Start to wiggle the left foot towards the outside of the left mat. Take a little step back with the right foot. Right knee comes down. Maybe you bring one elbow towards the ground or towards a block. Then the other elbow comes down. This is our lizard lunge. We'll stay here for a couple of breaths, trying to breathe into the space that we're creating within the adductors, within the glutes. Embracing any intensity that we may be feeling. Two more breaths. And start to walk the hands up. If you are on your elbows, tuck onto the right toes, step the right foot outside your right hand, Malasana squat. Hands again might come through heart center. If you wanted a challenge, you could try reach the hands forward. Keep trying to press the knees out over the toes. Breathe in, lift tall through the spine. As you exhale, the hands come down, walk the feet in. Inhale, lift yourself halfway. Exhale, fold yourself forward, Uttanasana. Inhale to rise, sweep the arms, lift the eye gaze, maybe press the palms together. Exhale, hands by the sides. We're going to try that on the other side. So start by shifting the weight into the right foot. Breathe in as you lift the left knee high, flex the foot, and then as you exhale, bend the right knee, hook the left foot over the right thigh. Hips press back, left knee drops down, shoulders draw down as well. Two more breaths. So the first time that we learn these poses, we will just spend a little bit longer in them. Use your next breath in, start to lift the left knee high. As you exhale, pivot the left knee open, start to draw the right side of the body down as we kick the left heel away. You're pivoting the hips so they're aiming to be square. Just know that this is quite a challenging position. So if you need to tap the left leg down, just know that it's supposed to be a bit harder. When you're ready, let's take a long step back with the left foot. Turn the left toes out slightly, breathe in. Exhale, Skandasana. And just find the stance of the width of the legs that feels good for you. So the feet do need to be a little bit wider here. Can you press out of the left foot slightly? One more breath. Start to pivot to the back of the mat. Right hand plants down, tuck onto the right toes. Breathe in, reach the left hand forward. As you exhale, use the pinky finger, make a big sweep till you reach towards the back of the mat. Keep pressing out of the right foot here. Use your next breath in, come back through center. As you exhale, plant the right heel down, left elbow comes towards the thigh, Utthita Pajvakonasana. So again, try to lift yourself up a little bit more. Maybe you have a look to your right foot to make sure the right toes are parallel to the back of the mat. One more breath here. Inhale, come through center, turn the right toes forward, a little hop forward with the left foot. Exhale, Pajvakonasana. Can you try and encourage the left hip forward, right hip back. One more breath. Take a little step back with the left foot. Wiggle the right foot towards the outside of the mat. Lower the left knee down. Again, let's find that deep lunge. Maybe you soften the head here. If you've got space, you might even be able to touch the head towards the ground. If you've got quite mobile hips, see if you can pull the right knee in towards the shoulders. So we're not letting it splay out too much, at least in this variation. When you're ready, let's come back towards the hands, tuck onto the left toes, set the left foot outside the left hand, Malasana squat. Hips go back, shoulders pull back. Option with the arms out if you'd like. Breathe in, lift tall. Exhale, hands come down. Walk the feet in slightly. Inhale, lift yourself halfway. Pull the shoulders down the spine. Maybe lift the eye gaze forward and then exhale, fold. Uttanasana. Inhale to rise, sweep the arms of the eye gaze. Exhale, hands by the sides. Uttanasana. Tadasana. We're going to try that flow again, add on a little bit, take away a little bit. When you are ready, breathe in, draw the right knee up, flex the toes. Exhale, hook the right foot over the left thigh. We won't be here for too long. Can you go a little bit deeper on your exhale? Inhale, pick the right knee up again. As you exhale, open the right knee wide and then kick the right heel away. Ardha Chandrasana. When you're ready, take a long step back on your breath in, turn the right toes out. Exhale, Skandasana. Flex the left toes here. Inhale, pivot towards the back of the mat. Left hand comes down. Exhale, start to sweep with the right hand so you're reaching to the back of the front of the mat. Inhale, start to drop the left heel down. Right hand comes towards the thigh, reach the left hand up and over. We're going to try a bind here. So can you breathe in, start to reach the left hand behind the hip. Maybe it comes to your right inner crease on your exhale. Can you draw the shoulders away from the ears? Inhale, start to lift. Exhale, find your stance for Pajvakonasana. This time, option to take the hands behind the back, clasp the hands together, breathe in, lift tall. Exhale, fold yourself forward. And trying to press the palms together as much as you can. This creates a little bit more instability in the body, so it might feel a bit more challenging. It's bring the hands towards the ground, start to walk the left foot out to the side of the mat, a little step back with the right foot, lower yourself down to where you can go today in your lizard pose. Now, option here this time is to peel the left knee away, peeling up the inside of the left foot. You can do this on your hands or your feet. One final option, if you would like, is to draw the right foot towards to your glutes, and then maybe you take the left hand around to clasp onto the ankle. Let's take one more breath. These are all options. Let's come back through center. We're going to slide the right knee in, come down onto your sit bones. See if you can take the underside of the left thigh, or you might be able to take the left calf or the left foot. Breathe in, lift up tall. As you exhale, can you extend the left foot away and maybe draw the nose in the direction of the knee. This is your Crunchasana, your Heron pose. Stretching down the back of the hamstring. Can you make your spine a little bit longer? Where can you find softness here? Start to lower the heels slightly, but then take the right hand with the outside of the left foot. Start to kick the left heel away as you reach the left hand behind you. Now you can have your left knee bent a little bit more, or it could be longer. Try not to lock out the left knee. One more breath in, lift up tall. Exhale, can you just draw the chest open a little bit more. Come back through center, either finding a Sukhasana with the left foot on the ground, maybe the left foot comes to the shin, maybe it comes up onto the thigh. Start to walk the sit bones back, breathe in, lift up tall. Exhale, fold yourself forward. One of the best asanas for just opening up the hips. One more breath here. Let's all walk the hands back. Take the left foot in front of the right shin. Shift your weight forward. We're going to try that fun transition again. Well, you may not find it fun. I find it fun. We'll all make it fun. Okay, when you're ready, start to press through the outsides of the feet. Lift yourself up. Nice. Let's walk the feet together, and then we'll try it on the other side. Breathe in, start to lift the left knee high. Exhale, bend the right knee, cross the left ankle over the right thigh. One more breath here. Can you drop down a little bit deeper on your exhale? Inhale, lift the left knee high. Exhale, start to open it towards the side. Keep trying to lift it high as you kick the left heel away. See if you can draw the left shoulder back a little bit more. Spread the right toes wide. When you're ready, take a long step back with the left foot, turn the toes out slightly, breathe in. Exhale, start to drop the hips down, Skandasana. Pivot towards the back of the mat, right hand plants, breathe in. As you exhale, lead with the pinky, sweep it behind. Inhale, come back through center, place the right heel down. Exhale as the left elbow comes towards the thigh, reach the right hand up and over again. Can you lift out of your bottom legs here? You could stay here if you want to bind. See if you can take the right hand behind the hip, breathe in. Exhale, draw the right shoulder away a little bit more. Inhale, lengthen both of the legs, shift yourself forward, maybe the hands come behind your back. As you exhale, fold yourself forward, drawing the nose in the direction of the knee. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Inhaling, trying to lengthen the spine. Exhale, folding down. Not just folding into this asana, we're folding into ourselves. Using these asanas as opportunities to go more within. Bring the hands towards the ground, little hop back with the left foot. Bring the right foot to the outside of the mat, lower the left knee down. Maybe you come down to the elbows again. Option here to take the right knee wide, peel the inner arch of the right foot off. So this is going to open a little bit more through the outer of the right hip, maybe a bit more through the adductors rather than the underside of the glute. You could stay here. You could try find a bind with the right hand towards the left foot. All just options. If you are taking this option, can you breathe in, try lengthen the spine. As you exhale, can you twist yourself open a bit more? Try one more breath here. Release the hand towards the ground. Lift yourself up slightly. Start to slide the left knee in. Lower the hips down. We're going to either take the hands behind the thigh, the calf, maybe around the back of the feet. Breathe in, lift yourself tall. Exhale, can you draw yourself over a little bit more? If you've got space, see if you can draw your toes back. One more breath. Keep trying to find length through the spine. Come back through center. Can you take the left foot out, the left hand outside edge of the right foot? Breathe in, turn to the right. Exhale, press away. So the thumb is up, the shoulders are down. We're driving away with the heel. One more breath here. It's a big stretch for the outside of the hip as well. Come back through center. Maybe the right foot comes down, maybe it comes onto the shin, maybe up onto the thigh. See if you can walk your sit bones back a little bit. Breathe in, lift up tall. Exhale, fold yourself forward. Let's try about one more breath here. And then when you're ready, just walking yourself back. Let's cross the right foot in front of the left. Let's try that transition one more time. So press through the outsides of the feet, lift yourself up, and then bring the soles of the feet together. We're going to try that flow one more time, a little bit quicker. Again, just a little bit of an option to add on as we go through. Inhale, lift the right knee high, flex the foot. Exhale, drop the hips back. Okay, you can stay here, or you have a final option. See if you can thread the right elbow underneath the right calf. Maybe the left foot comes underneath, the left elbow comes underneath the left foot. Let's all breathe in, lift the right knee high, or you can scoop yourself up into a standing pigeon pose. If you've got the bind, release it. Take the right knee out. Big breath in. Exhale, kick the right heel away, Ardha Chandrasana. Land the back foot down. Inhale, turn the toes out. Exhale, Skandasana. Option to press the hands away. Inhale, turn towards the back. Come onto the left toes. Exhale, sweep towards the back of the mat. Inhale, come through center, plant the left heel down. Exhale, right elbow comes towards the right thigh. If you want the bind, you can take it, left hand comes behind the back. One final option here, if you'd like, is to reach the right hand up and away. Stay here for one more breath. See if you can lift the eye gaze a little bit over your left shoulder. Inhale, come through center, turn towards the front. Maybe the hands bind. Exhale, Parsvottanasana. One breath here. Bring the hands towards the ground. Take the left foot out slightly. Take the right foot back slightly. Lower the right knee. Your variations of choice, with or without the bind, with or without the left knee going out. If you're on your elbows, come back towards your hands. Start to slide the right knee in. Take the backs of the left leg, breathe in. Lengthen the left leg as much as you can. Exhale, fold. So we're sitting on top of our sit bones here. We're not curling in so much. Okay, if that means you're just holding the shin or the back of the left leg while trying to maintain that spine integrity, perfect. One more breath here. Come back through center, take the left foot with the right hand, start to press the left heel away. It's a big twist through the thoracic spine. One more breath here. Maybe you look back at your left thumb. Slide the left foot down into your position of Padmasana or modified Padmasana as you need. When you're ready, fold yourself forward. That is your lotus pose. One more breath. Start to walk yourself up again. Bring the left foot in front of the right shin. Rock yourself forward. Lift yourself up. Breathe in. This time as we exhale, we lower ourselves back down. One more time. Lift up. Breathe in. Try keep to the outsides of the heels as you bend your knees and fold yourself forward. Nice stretch for the outsides of the ankles. Inhale to rise. This time, see if you can come to your toes and lift the heels off. Maybe you lift the arms up over your head. We squeeze the glutes. Find balance. One more breath. And then lower ourselves down. Uncross the feet. I'm going to practice that one more time, remembering that our presence is the best gift that we can give ourselves. So if you notice that your mind is somewhere else, or if you are repeating judgmental thoughts, then just awareness is the first place to begin. Start to shift the weight into the right foot. Inhale as you lift the left knee high. Exhale, cross the left foot over the right thigh. Send your hips back, maybe hands to heart center. Stay here if you want the challenge. See if you can slide the left hand in between the hole. Maybe hook the elbow underneath. Maybe the right elbow comes to the outside of the left leg. Either way, let's inhale, all lift ourselves up. You might be down a little bit more, and that's okay. If you've got the hands underneath, release, inhale. Exhale, start to take the knee wide. Open the hips, press the left heel away. Rotate your heart towards the left. Long step back with the left foot, breathe in. Exhale, Skandasana, hips come back over the left heel, turn the right toes high. Option to press your arms away. Pivot to the back, right hand comes down, breathe in. Exhale, big sweep, keep pressing out of the right foot. Inhale, turn back towards the right, plant the right heel down. Exhale, reach the right arm up and over. Now option here to bind the right hand behind your hip. Option here to reach the left hand out a little bit more. Take about 2 more breaths here. Can you think about drawing the ribs towards the hips slightly and scooping the left hip underneath a bit more. Inhale, come through center, turn the right toes forward. Exhale, your variation of Parsvottanasana. Big breath in through the nose, filling up the ribs, the belly, the chest. Exhale through the nose, folding yourself forward. Hands come towards the ground. Maybe a little step back of the left leg, walk the right foot out. Lower yourself down, last time here. Perhaps reflecting on any changes that your body has done in the last wee while. If any feelings of ease has been unlocked in this asana. Start to walk the hands up. Slide the left knee in. Come down onto your sit bones. Find your arm variation of choice. Breathe in, lengthen the right leg. Exhale. Fold yourself forward. Can you draw the shoulders down the spine a bit more? One more breath. Take the left hand to the outside of the right foot. Breathe in, turn to the right. Exhale, press the heel away. Reach your right hand behind you. One more breath here. And then when you're ready, just bringing the right foot down to your position of choice. Rock the sit bones back so we're tall on our pelvis. Breathe in. Exhale, fold. One more breath here. Start to walk the hands back. Cross the right foot in front of the left shin. Shift your weight forward. Breathe in and lift yourself up. As you exhale, bend the knees, hips go back. Last time, inhale to lift with or without the help of the hands. Keep the feet where they are. Exhale, bend both legs, especially the left as you fold yourself forward. Inhale, sweep yourself back up. Come to the toes with your legs crossed. Lift the heels off as you press the hands towards the sky. Can you come up a little bit higher onto your toes? Try one more breath. And then bring the heels down. Well done. we're going to find our way down into a Vajrasana, a kneeling position. So feel free to just walk yourself down, or you can find your Vinyasa down. What's really funny is that unintentionally we've created a flow that doesn't really use the hands. So if you have any wrist injuries, then this practice is great for you. We're going to find an Ustrasana, our camel pose, and these are really great for opening through the front of the hips and just opening through energy. And back bends, for some people, they feel quite challenging, and it's important that we embrace that discomfort and we enter into those periods of practice. We learn to sit in it so that we can come back with more ease into our real life. Start to lift the hips off over the heels. Okay, lots of different variations you can take. I'll just quickly demo the different ones. Maybe the hands come behind your hips, thumbs might come out or they might come in. And you're lifting up and out of the waist. You could tuck onto your toes next. Maybe one hand comes down, one hand comes up, and you just switch halfway. If you wanted to try a deeper variation, you could take the hands onto the heels. Again, thinking up and over, pressing the hips forward. If you felt quite open, bottoms of the feet come down. We'll stay in whatever variation you're in for about 5 breaths. And if you are in a deeper variation and you feel quite a bit of tension in your neck, trying to tuck the chin in, feel free to open the eye gaze back, relaxing the head down. Keep squeezing the glutes, drawing the shoulders onto the back body, and keep thinking about the heart space, leading yourself up. 2 more deep breaths. And then if you are with 2 hands down, I like to peel one side open and then come up through the other side. Either sitting down in a Vajrasana, or you can go into a Balasana, more of a counter pose. Balancing those different energies with ourselves. More open and uplifted energy, and the more internal and deep energy. Start to walk the hands back again. And then we're going to come down onto our sit bones. Take the feet wide. Maybe shifting the hips forward slightly. You can always come up onto a block here, bring it underneath your hips. Soften the knees. Can you take a big breath in, lift up tall. Exhale, walk yourself forward. Maybe you're still on the hands here. Maybe you can come down to the elbows again if you've got a block or something that you wanted to lift yourself up on. Feel free to. And as we enter into longer pauses, both in our asana practice as we're winding down, as well as in our shavasana, can we cultivate a sense of listening? Listening, feeling, perhaps identifying the movement of prana on a more subtle energetic level. Prana being our life force that we cultivate and expand when we do practice yoga intentionally. Listening to the deeper parts of ourselves that sometimes we just talk over too much. Let's take about 2 more deep breaths here. And start to walk the hands back. We're going to find our way onto our backs. If there's anything that you'd like to bring with you on the way, maybe a blanket for your Savasana, maybe a pillow that you can slot underneath your head, then please feel free to. Otherwise, just gently roll yourself down. Bring the feet wide on the mat, take the arms out by your sides, and just window wiper the knees from side to side. And the next time that your knees are over towards the right, can you stay here and hold? Seeing if you can pull the left knee down a little bit more, left hip down a bit more. Option to stay here, or you could take the right foot and hook it over the left knee, encouraging that left knee down. Maybe you turn the eye gaze down the left hand. And then when you're ready, just coming back through center, and we'll sop it out. So bring the knees over towards the left, squeezing the glutes slightly, trying to hook the left foot over the right outer thigh if that feels good. Maybe the eye gaze comes down the right hand. And then when you're ready, just come back through center. If there are any other asanas that you would like to move through before we head into rest, please feel free to move there. Maybe that's a happy baby, maybe it's a shoulder stand or another form of inversion. If you are feeling ready to rest, just find yourself in that position that does feel comfortable. Trying to relax the different muscles of our face. Letting the weight of the back body, every part that touches the ground, letting it become heavy. Feeling into that surrender. And in the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, they also talk about surrendering to the Ishvara Pranidhana. Surrendering to the universe, to God. Letting every action, every culmination of ourselves be an expression of service to that. Letting things be as they are. Becoming aware of our ego. And trying to let go when we feel it come up and we feel that sense of control or need to. Our need to be seen. And just be here for a couple of minutes of stillness. And I'll let you know when it's time to transition out for the last practice of our class. notice where your awareness is at the moment. If it's somewhere away, just again remind yourself that our presence, our sense of listening, of coming back to our home within ourselves, that's the best gift we can give to ourselves, our gift of presence. When you're ready, we'll find a way into a seated position. Maybe your Sukhasana again. If you wanted to try find your Ardha Padmasana, your half lotus, maybe you find your way into there. If you wanted to try your full Padmasana, you're more than welcome to. Find length through the spine. Let your weight drop into the hips while keeping that alertness. So the chanting that we will practice today is one that you may have heard before. I'm sure you all have, which is our Om. And it spouts A-U-M. And then there's space after called the Anahata, after the M, that vibration that continues even when you've stopped humming. And when we practice this, it is our way of connecting with beyond ourselves, to that higher energy, a place that we can access with more stillness. Let's just take a couple of moments to breathe first. I'll start the first one and then you can join in your own time. Likewise, if this practice isn't for you today, maybe you just sit and listen or repeat the sound in your head. Two more. Let's bring our hands to heart center. Feeling that connection with our physical body, to our heart space, and beyond. I thank you so much for practicing with me today. Especially if you tried something new, it's always a little bit challenging to dive a little bit deeper, but I thank you. I'm so grateful for you. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. And from me to you, namaste.